Hello king or queen, or if you don't pick a side, royalty. I'm Dom and I'm here with a video, and today I'm going to talk about my trip to Costa Rica back in January. I'm just going to take a little trip down memory lane to before all this happened and we were able to go out and explore life. And if you have never left the country, or if you've just never been to Costa Rica, or you've never been to Costa Rica like this, then watch. Keep watching and I will take you on this journey of how I volunteered abroad in Costa Rica. Okay, so back in September of 2019, I was feeling fed up with life altogether, and I just wanted to do something meaningful but also get out of New Jersey. I looked up volunteering abroad, and what I found was a website called GoEco. Now, I'm not sponsored by GoEco, but I really do support it based on my experience. GoEco is a platform that connects you to many different types of volunteer opportunities all over the world. So I went to Costa Rica, but they have like parts of Africa, they have parts of South America. They literally have it all over the world. They have many different volunteer opportunities. I'm very much interested in animals, so I was very interested in their like wildlife reservation and conservation and all that stuff. They have so many wildlife volunteer opportunities, but they also have stuff that include like teaching abroad and things like that, or like taking care of the agriculture, things like that, farming. So I found something that was a wildlife conservation in Costa Rica, and it was about $990 for that opportunity. And what that came with was 2 weeks. It was for 2 weeks. And so they give you the option to either stay with the host family, or you can stay in like a dorm with other people, like people that you don't really know. I picked to stay with the host family just because if I'm going to be in a brand new place where I don't fluently speak the language, I want to make sure that I am with someone that can, point me in the right direction to things and help me out. I didn't get to really pick the host family. I didn't really know who she was, but they do ask like your preferences and stuff like that. Like, do you prefer a house with family, like with children, or do you prefer this or that? And they just ask that you don't smoke or you don't do drugs, obviously, duh. The host family for this particular operation, for this one that I went to, provided me with 2 meals a day, and it was breakfast and dinner, I believe, because, during the day you're usually out either taking classes or doing your volunteering. So they provide you with lunch and dinner, a place to stay for the 2 weeks, and, clean utilities. As soon as I signed up for the opportunity, there was a lady that reached out to me that worked with the Costa Rican Language Association, also known as CRLA, and she reached out to me, and she, we had like a video interview, and she asked me a couple questions, and just like why I wanted to do this and how long I was staying and my proficiency level in Spanish. And me, I was like, I've been taking Spanish since kindergarten, so I think I knew I wasn't fluent, but I was like, I'm almost fluent. So she's like, okay, let me just get a feel. So I'm going to send you one of the tests that we have. Being that Spanish is the main language there, they want to make sure that the people that are coming there to volunteer can at least communicate for themselves, that can at least understand a little bit, or to better their Spanish if they already speak Spanish. For the first week that I was there, I wasn't volunteering. I was actually going to classes every day. Classes started on Monday through Thursday. So I had classes for those 4 days, and then on Friday we were done. We had off. Or at least I did. If you stay longer, you can take more weeks of Spanish if you'd like, but the minimum is 1 week if you're not fluent in Spanish, because they really don't want you to be out there struggling. When I got the test, I was like, okay. The first part, I'm like, oh yeah, I got this. Started flipping these pages. I was like, oh no. So I realized that I wasn't as good of a Spanish speaker as I thought. It humbled me. It definitely humbled me. But it was a really good experience. And in that class, in my class in particular, I think I was in like the intermediate level. There were 4 other people, and they were great people, and we actually hung out throughout the whole thing. We met up a couple times, and we went on trips together. It was really nice. Like, I really found some people that were like really cool. And then the teacher of the class was also a lovely lady. Her name was Yami, and she was a small, cute lady. She reminded me of my Nana, and she made class fun. And she actually didn't really speak English, so we were all kind of trying to speak to each other in Spanish the best that we could. and it was really helpful because we were able to use the language that we knew to learn more. Everyone that comes through CRLA wasn't doing it through GoEco. There's 2 people in my class that were also from the United States, but there was one person from, I think she was from Belgium, and then I think there was another girl from Switzerland. I feel bad if I'm like messing it up, but they were not from America, and it just really opened my eyes to the many different types of people in this world. And oh my God, there's so many aspects of this that I really want to talk about with you, but I'm just gonna get into the actual volunteering opportunity, and then I'm gonna tell you about the people that I met, so, and the things that we did. Okay, so that first week, what I really loved about that school was that after every school day, which was basically from 8 to 3, 8 to 2-ish, and we spent that day just learning. Let me tell you, it went by so fast because it was just so fun. And they do have, there's lunch break. So where we were, there was a mall kind of like right down the block. So sometimes we went there to the food court to eat, but they also had food at the place at the school. And there was a really beautiful seating area there too. It was really nice. After class every day, they offered many different classes that were being taught by people to help you integrate into the culture even more, which I really appreciated. So at the beginning of the day, they had a list of what classes they had and what time slots they had. The classes they had were dancing, they had yoga, they had cooking classes, and they were all great. And I signed up for one every single day. Like every single day I did something different. I was never really just sitting in the house. I was never really sitting at my host mom's house. I was always doing something while I was there. So it was a really great experience to go to that learning school because it helped me meet people that were kind of on the same path as me, doing the same thing. We kind of met up and it was really cool. So I really appreciate that part. Second week, I went to my second host family, which was in a different place. The lady that reached out to me and gave me the test, she was helping me throughout everything, and she was a wonderful person. Like she really helped me, like for real. I don't know if I would have made it to all my destinations without her. I made it to my second host family, which was a really nice man, and he had a nice home. He had dogs too. That made me really happy. He had some dogs. There was another girl that was staying there. She was from, I think, I'm not even going to say anything because I really don't know. I can't remember, but she was also from somewhere else, and we clicked. Everybody was kind of like the same age, to be honest. Everybody was like 18 to like 25. Next day, we went to the wildlife conservation, and luckily the girl that was also staying there, she was going there too, so we went there together, and she had been staying there for like a couple weeks before me, so she already knew everything, so she was able to really help me catch me up to speed. While there, we did like zoo work. It was like a zoo, and we cleaned up the living space, we fed the animals, we just made the place like really nice and pretty, and because it was a wildlife conservation, but it was like something that people of the natives could go to and walk through, and it was really beautiful, and it was really hot, and it was dirty work. I'm not gonna hold you, like it was work, but it was really nice. I really recommend this because it was just such a great opportunity. So let me get into more of the fun stuff. So let's go back. The first night I got there, it was a Sunday night. My host mother got me, and she also got the second girl. The thing I loved most about having this host mother was because, like, if I was by myself, I would have stayed in my room until class and would have had to figure out how to get there too. But being that I was with a native, she was like, oh, there's a little festival going on right now. There's like a little carnival type thing. So we went there the first night, and that's when me and my sister, we got to like really bond and have a good time and get to know each other. We had a good time at that little carnival. There was like rides, and we went on the rides a couple times, and we got some food, and there was music. It was great, and that was part of the experience that I was really happy about, because I knew that I probably wouldn't have known about that carnival or would have went if I was just by myself. So I think that's one of the pluses to having host families. As I said before, there were classes that were provided after our main like Spanish classes. And so there was a dance class, and at that dance class, you know, you just meet people. You know, you get to see more than the students that are just in your class. You get to see the people that are all there. And it was really fun. The dance classes were really fun. And while I was there, one of the dance instructors, he was like, he would post some of the videos of us dancing if we were okay with it, obviously. And we all followed him on Instagram. And then he hit me up and he was like, hey, you have an interesting look. Would you want to like do a photo shoot? Yeah. I'm not a model. I don't really model. Like that's not my thing, but I'm not going to say no to like some pictures, you know, and a trip around the the city. As a woman, I understand some things are scary, but he was with the the school. The school hired him, and what I really appreciated about him was that he brought another lady, which was very comforting to me because even though he seemed like a nice guy, I didn't want to like be alone with him walking through somewhere that I didn't know. So if something like that ever happens, I would just make sure that you know who you're dealing with. But we walked around after class, after school, and we took some pictures, and they really came out really nice. And on top of that, he was just showing me parts of the city that I never saw. After that, we went to a bar, which was nice because back in January, I wasn't 21 yet, and in Costa Rica, the drinking age is 18. I was so gassed about that. Like, I was so happy about that. So, yeah, we took pictures, and I'm going to show you some of the pictures that he took that were absolutely beautiful. And yeah, after that, we went to get some food, went to a bar, and then he helped me catch a bus, and it was completely professional. It was completely fun. It was great, and it was a great experience. Some of my friends that were in my class, they were staying for different durations. Like, everybody you're going to meet is probably not going to be going through GoEco, and they're probably not going to be volunteering at the same place that you're going to be volunteering at. We went to a zip lining place in La Fortuna, and we all went, and we stayed at a hostel because it took a couple of trips to get to where we were going. And that first night, we all just like got drinks. We went to a liquor store, and we just got drinks, and then we just played games all night, and it was so fun. And then the next morning, we went to where we were going, and it was amazing. We went zip lining. I went bungee jumping, and it was just quality time. So just so that you know, like, when you go there, it doesn't just have to be about your volunteer opportunity. You're literally in a different country, and you can really experience that country. So it was really nice, and those people were really great. Like, I really can't appreciate them enough. If you guys are watching this, if any of you are watching this, I really enjoyed my time with you guys. Like, you guys really made this experience phenomenal for me. And that's not just for the people, the friends that I met, but my host parents, my teachers, the lady Lita that helped me with everything, like from day one. I appreciate you, and they don't let you fall. Like you would think, oh my God, especially because this was my first time traveling by myself, and then first time traveling out of the country. So and traveling to a country where I didn't speak I was not fluent in the language. So that was just like a lot of things that may have seemed like really intimidating, but I would listen, bro, you got it. Even though I was by myself, I wasn't really by myself, you know? Like, there was a lot of people that were making sure that I was getting to my destination, that was making sure that I knew where I was going, and it was really helpful to travel by yourself. I just want you to know that 100% of it, like maybe 90% of it, is your confidence, and that comes from within. So really just relax, act like you know the place, really just stay chill, because everything's going to be fine. Because you're smart, you know what I mean? Like, you're not going to do anything that would put you in harm's way, and you start to trust your instincts as you put yourself in situations where, you know, you're by yourself or you have to have your own back. So with that being said, hopefully this felt like an experience for you, and maybe if you're interested, you'll check out GoEco, because I really recommend it. Like, I don't know what they're doing right now, during quarantine, but like whenever things open back up, I know a lot of us are gonna need some time to ourselves, sometimes to get away. If you're looking for something like that where you can do that but also provide something, also give back to that community that you're going to, I really recommend GoEco. And even if you're not into like animals, there's teaching opportunities, there's like architecture opportunities, there's both, and you could stay from any time varying, and there's many different prices. Like I know I paid $9.90 for that experience, not including the flight, but there's many different things, there's so many different opportunities, and this was something that changed my life, it changed my mindset, and everything was just, it went great, and I met a lot of new people that I never would have met, and it helped me open my eyes to the way of life of many different people. Oh, and I can't make this video without mentioning, as a black woman, what that experience was like, because, you know, as I was looking into the volunteering opportunity, I was watching YouTube videos, and a lot of them were like not black people, and they were not black women, which is a whole different experience altogether. But let me tell you, when I went to Costa Rica, I did not feel ostracized. I didn't feel black, you know. Like in America, there's something very obvious and touchy about being black, being the only black person in a room, where you can kind of sense it, you can kind of feel people looking at you, or you can feel like awkward or different. But when I was there, I was usually, like, when we went to the food court one time, I looked around, realized I was the only black person there, but it wasn't like, who is this black girl? I never felt like that. Like, I never felt like that, not from anyone there, not from the people that were also volunteering, because honestly, to go somewhere abroad, somewhere that isn't your home, you have to have a certain level of open-mindedness, and if you're going there a little bit racist, then what are you doing? It's like I never felt like people were looking at me differently, and I didn't ever feel unsafe. We did go to a club one time. I never went anywhere alone, first of all, because luckily my host family was hosting another person, so I would be like, hey, do you want to go here with me? So, and she also knew other people from her school, so when, you know what it's like when you're traveling with your girls. You know, you all look out for each other. Nobody goes to the bathroom alone. It's just regular stuff. But I never felt like in any heightened danger, like we have to walk faster. So my experience was, I would say a solid 10 out of 10. Literally everything was more than I expected, and it was so fun. And I really hope that at some point, if you feel comfortable, if you are ready to go out in the world, if the world is ready for us, we can, you know, look for more volunteer opportunities. And if you are, GoEco is a great place to start. And if somebody from GoEco is watching this, I'm down for a sponsor because I really love this experience, genuinely. And I hope that this was a nice little escape from your quarantine, and you got to, you know, at least travel somewhere through this video, because I'm kind of getting tired of being home too. But anyways, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like, and if you have any more questions about this experience, really ask me anything in the comments and I'll answer you. But other than that, I hope you have a great day. Stay safe. Bless up.